India is independent but not free. With a rise in draconian laws, radicalized propaganda, and crippling social structures, we are not free to love, express, or speak. No doubt there is no alien power ruling us, but India still struggles for independence from a multitude of social problems. We are still slaves of our narrow thinking, poverty, malnutrition, and misinformation. India's status as a free country has been changed to partly free, according to an annual Freedom in the World report, which measures global political rights and civic liberty. India's status declined due to the majority nationalist government and its allies presiding over the rising violence and discriminatory policies affecting the minority. But what is independence? For some, it is to speak their mind without any filter. For others, it is to take their own decisions. But for most Indians, true independence is a fight for survival, to eat, earn, and provide shelter over their heads. Our farmers rigorously toil to feed 130 crore citizens. Yet the NCRB reports that 48 farmers commit suicide every day. India is a home to the world's largest number of child laborers, 60 million of them, who are detained from their basic right to education. Over 1.5 million reported cases of female infanticide have been recorded this year. By the time I complete this speech, 5 infants would have died across the nation due to poverty. After 75 years of independence, our farmers, our children, our daughters haven't attained true freedom. I am privileged to just have had a meal, but 20 crore fellow Indians will sleep hungry tonight. I belong to an engineering college which has 12 male students for every female student. It's a shame that after 75 years, we are nowhere close to gender equality. If we cannot provide equality, we could at least provide them with security. We fail here too. Every day, 160 women report rape in India, while countless others fall prey to sexual abuse. It's shocking that even in underdeveloped nations like Bangladesh, 66% of women contribute to the GDP. Whereas it's only 21% in India, which has steadily declined over the past 2 decades. The very constitution that we hold so sacred is corrupted as it institutionally disenfranchises women and fails to remove these structural barriers which exist in society. An Amnesty report concluded that freedom of expression was guaranteed selectively in India and dissent was repressed through unlawful restrictions on peaceful protest and by silencing critics. Human rights defenders were arbitrarily arrested, often without charge or trial, and students peacefully protesting were jailed under the counter-terrorism laws. In recent times, our media is more polarized than ever. A report analyzed the top 5 Indian channels and it concluded that over 96% debates were on Pakistan, China and Hindu-Muslim issues, where only 4% were addressed unemployment, minority rights, poverty and women. A country's media that shies away from discussing the issues is anything but independent. It is shackled by propaganda. What's more disturbing is the widespread use of sedition laws to silence dissent. Dissent is the indicator of true political freedom of any healthy democracy, but being labeled anti-national just for having anti-establishment views is preposterous. The problem isn't that the constitution does not guarantee free speech, but it's that it's easy to silence free speech with a combination of overboard laws, inefficient criminal system, and the lack of jurisprudential consistency. Caste-based discrimination is still practiced across institutions. LGBTQ groups are ostracized, and intercaste religion marriage are stigmatized in the name of love jihad. When we aren't free to love, express, and be proud of our identity markers, the very spirit of secularism is butchered. We can name 5 cricketers at the tip of our fingers, but we can't name 5 Kargil martyrs. The first step towards this is to reignite the patriotic flare that fuels the engine of this beautiful nation. True independence is something words can't explain. It is like kids getting wet in the rain. It is like the ray of sunshine promise. Real freedom is the mind and soul that feels solace. In the next 20 years, I want to say the statement that India is a developed nation where every child gets educated irrespective of their financial background, where every woman can go out without the fear of judgment, where the law is swift and resilient. For that beautiful nation, we shall be proud and independent. Jai Hind.